Good morning. We're going to start today's lesson with the review of unit multipliers. Our first job is to convert inches to feet. So we'll need to know our conversion factor, which is 1 foot equals 12 inches. My next job is to start out with 10 inches and write it as a fraction, because we are going to multiply fractions together in such a way that inches goes away and we are left with feet. Our next job is to put the numbers in the right spot. We're going to multiply our fractions and use your calculator to get a decimal answer. The correct answer is 0.83 repeating feet. The next type of question we're looking at is a review of yesterday's lesson, where we are told that we have between points and we need to sketch them collinear. So let's draw the sketch of 3 collinear points, and now we're going to place the points in the appropriate spot. So J is between points A and B. The segment addition postulate is going to highlight that this little segment plus this little segment equals the whole segment. So the measure of AJ plus the measure of JB is going to be the same as the measure of AB. Now I'm going to use the segment addition postulate to solve for the length of JB. My first step, write out the segment addition postulate. Next, I'm going to do my substitutions. 2x plus 3x plus 5 equals 25. We need to combine our like terms and then solve our equation. We will get x equals 4 as an answer. Now that I know what x is, I can plug it into JB to find the actual length of JB. So I will substitute the 4 for x. And then you can use your calculator to solve. Now we're ready to move on to our notes, where our objective will be to find the length of segments given various information. Let's start with the ruler postulate. The name of the line segment above is segment AB. When you're referring to a distance, you do not have to include the segment symbol. It's just plain AB. The ruler postulate says that you can use absolute value and subtraction to find a distance. For instance, if we wanted to find the length of LM, instead of counting all the spots, I could say point L is located at -1, point M is located at 7. So what I will do is take the absolute value of 7 minus -1, which is the absolute value of 8, or just 8 units. So to find the distance between -1 and 7 on a number line, the answer is 8 units. What if we don't have a number line, or if it's impractical to draw a number line? We can still use this ruler postulate. I will take the absolute value of when I subtract -35 minus -5. The absolute value of negative 25 means make it positive. Our answer is 25 units. As we look at our next example, using the ruler, you can treat the ruler as a number line. Point D is at 3.5. Point E is at 8. So we will use the ruler postulate to find the length of DE in centimeters. You're going to take the absolute value of a difference. We're going to take the absolute value of 4.5, which means make sure it's positive. So we're looking at 4.5, and our unit is centimeters. Our next job is to figure out what DE is in inches. For that, I'm going to need to use unit conversion. What is the relationship between centimeters and inches? 1 inch is worth 2.54 centimeters. So we will start by writing 4.5 centimeters as a fraction, and we will multiply by a fraction in such a way that centimeters goes away and we are left with inches. Plug in the numbers in the appropriate spot and do your fraction multiplication. Use your calculator to get to the correct answer as a decimal. So we'll get about 1.77, inches. Even on screencasts, Ms. Stern makes a mistake. Our last example for today is another segment addition postulate problem. They will always tell us the relationship between the points and ask us to draw the 3 collinear points. So G is between W and K. Now we're going to write the segment addition postulate. This little guy plus this little guy equals the whole thing. WG plus GK equals WK. Now I'm going to use the segment addition postulate to answer the question. I'm going to do my substitution. 6x plus 18 equals 12x. Now we're ready to solve the equation. 18 equals 6x. 3 is x, or x is worth 3. Our job is to find WK, so we're not quite done yet. WK is 12x. Substitute 3 for x. WK is 36 feet. Our last task is to find WK in inches, so we will have to do another unit conversion. How are feet and inches related? 1 foot is worth 12 inches. Now we will start with the 36 feet, and I will write it as a fraction. So I can multiply by another fraction in such a way that feet goes away and inches stays. Now we need to put our numbers in the correct spot and multiply our fractions together. 36 times 12 is 432. So to recap, WK is 36 feet. WK is also 432 inches. Thank you for your cooperation and listening to the screencast. you can ask for your assignment now.